Welcome to Mama's Magic, owning your inner superpower. Okay, so I am so excited that you're here. I am so excited that you wanted to learn and you wanted to grow. The simple act of you being here and participating in this has already set things in motion in the universe to shift your trajectory. I got it out. Because everything is energy. So the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is always responding. So when you set that intention or created that intention that, you know what, I could learn this, I could learn, I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of being whatever. I'm tired of hitting my head against the wall, not literally, figuratively. About the same thing over and over again, and I need to learn how to shift that. That's what we're going to do here today. Okay, so, and like I said, let me know if you're here, if you're live, because for some reason I can't really see anything like that right now, but I also have my notes on here. Am I out of, okay. So just say hello when you drop in. Also, let me know when you watch the replay. Okay, so and also I have a special gift for anyone that shows up live and anyone that watches the replay over the weekend, but you have to let me know that you watch the replay. You have to type it in, or I don't know. Yeah, type it in the comments. Type in #replay or something like that. And I will let you know what your special gift is, but you have to stay until the end to find that out. Okay, so two things I want to ask you. Please participate. Please, as I said earlier, please participate. Please ask questions. Please interact if something is landing for you. If you're like, yes, I needed to know that. Oh my gosh, that's fascinating, or I didn't think about it, whatever. Let me know. Type it in the comments. And then ask questions. Let me know your questions, because I want to support you. I want to help this grow, and I want you to learn, and then that becomes your new baseline, and then you learn and grow, and it keeps peeling back and layers and layers and layers. I love this stuff. Okay, so we are going to answer two questions today. Two questions are, the two questions are, what is your superpower and how do you own it? Okay, because see, when you can identify your superpower, you can connect to your desires, which support you in owning your superpower. And when you start to own your superpower, you bring your desires to life. And now, as women, we actually have several superpowers, but we're going to talk about one in particular today. So let me take a sip of water. Okay, so the big question. What is your superpower? What's your superpower? If you know, I want to hear what your answers are, as you're watching this. If you know, what do you think your superpower is? Okay, I'm getting these weird notices from Facebook right now. And I don't really, okay, I'm going to ignore that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, what is your superpower? The one we're going to talk about today is you are the source. You are the source of your life. You are the key. You get to say how it goes. You get to decide. So I want you to think about any situation in your life where you were upset, you were annoyed, any sort of disempowering emotion that you felt or experienced. let's go with like when you were annoyed about something and you come into the situation and who you're being is annoyed. And so you say something snippy or like, in, of course, in an annoying tone because that's, what you're feeling right now. And what happens? Everyone else shows up as annoying. You are the source. Same thing with anger. Same thing with rage. And it goes in the other direction. When you come into a situation and you are empowered, you are happy, you are joy, our emotions are contagious. They are super, super contagious. When I used to work at a restaurant, I used to play with this idea. And I remember being on the computer in the back and being upset about something, and my energy was literally jumping onto the other people around me. But then also the next time I was like, I'm going to go back here in the bus station and be like really happy. And the exact same thing happened. I mean, think about it like this. Like when you, especially if you've worked in a restaurant or retail or anything like that, where you're like in close proximity with people. I mean, if you start singing a song that's catchy or well-known or anything like that, most people will start singing that same song. And even at the end of the night, you'll hear people, or the end of the shift, you'll hear people singing that song. It's all energy. It's all frequency. It's all tapped into an energetic that you are putting out there. You are the source. I am the source. I am the source. Okay, so it goes both ways. Like I said, disempowering or empowering. Well, we're here to learn and to how to empower ourselves in any situation. Let me find my notes. Okay, so how do we get to say how it goes? So how do we connect to that, and how do we empower ourselves? You have to connect to your desires. Okay, so I want you to ground yourself a bit right now. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. This is a really quick way to get yourself grounded. It gets you out of fight or flight survival and into rest and digest, which is calm and relaxed. So I want you to breathe. I want you to put your hand on your heart. Whoa. And if you want to, you can close your eyes, but keep the breathing. Keep getting your body calmed and relaxed, and all that outside noise, shut it out. Shut it out. You don't need any of that. And anything that comes up inside of that, like any distractions or anything like that, any noise, anything that starts to come up, I want you to imagine that you have a box outside of your house. And all of your worries, all of your concerns, all of your shouldas, couldas, I need to cook, I need to do the dishes, no, all that stuff, take it out. Like it just gets sucked out, okay? Put it in the box and close the box. And anything that comes up inside of this exercise, keep like sucking it out of your brain and into the box. You can have it back after the masterclass, okay? Deal? All right, so close your eyes. Connect to your deepest desires. Like put your hand on your heart and breathe. And take that moment, and like if you need to, when you're rewatching this, if you need to pause this, do that. Pause it. And I want you breathe. In through your nose and out through your nose. I want you to see yourself in your future. And I want you to start thinking about what you want that to look like. How you want to show up as a mom. What does she look like? What is she, I mean, of course she looks like you, but like, what do you look like? How do you feel? How are you behaving? I want you to see yourself as a partner, a spouse, a wife, or whatever, how are you showing up as that person? Like, dream. Allow yourself to feel like what you want that relationship to feel like. Even if you're already married, and even if you already have a good relationship, there's always layers. It can always be connected or more intimate or more laughter or more joy, whatever that is. See yourself as the mom, see yourself as the partner, the daughter, the sister, the whatever that is. I want you to see yourself in your future. Do you own a business? What's your job? Allow yourself to see and feel and dream and to know what this could be. So for me, when I first started doing this, it was really all about, I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to feel the rage and the ache in my body. I was exhausted with like that guilt shame cycle. I didn't want to be annoyed by my husband all the time and like frustrated with him. So that's what I didn't want. And if that's where you are, that's okay. But I want you to take a moment and think about what it is that you want. So with my daughters, I wanted to be able to lead by example. I didn't want them to be in an environment where their mother was constantly like frustrated and angry or distracted. I wanted to be able to connect with them and, like I said, lead by example. I wanted them to be proud of me. And I just wanted this like laughter and joy and ability to not be so uptight and on edge when there was a mess. And not make everything a problem. I wanted to have a deeper connection and intimacy with my husband. And I also, as far as like a job goes, I wanted my own coaching business. So this is what came up for me inside of this exercise. So use that. Type in what's coming up for you as you do this exercise. And I want you to feel it. Like, I want you to feel the connection. I want you to feel the joy. Feel that that connection between you and your husband or spouse, whomever, your partner. Feel that joy. Like, break down that wall that you might have around your heart with your children or whomever it is. Break all that down. Allow yourself to live in the possibility that you can be a successful entrepreneur. Like, what does that feel like? Because I know there's several of you in here that want that as well. So feel it. So some of the words that come up for me are patient, calm, loving, just full of gratitude for the love that we have and that we share. And confidence, but not just confidence, like it's a knowingness. Like knowingness is just that deeper level. And whatever that is for you, I want you to feel that and like type it in. Let me know what's coming up for you, okay? Let me know how you're feeling at this point and share what's coming up. Because see, here's the thing. Other people in this group are dealing with the exact same things that you are. And when you put that into this vortex, because this group is a vortex, we're going to empower and help support and shift and transform our lives all together. It's kind of amazing how it's all connected like that with groups and things like that. Anyway, okay, so let me find my notes. All right, so the good news is there is no bad news, by the way. The good news is because you are able to feel it in your body, that means that it is 1000% possible. It is possible to create. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Remember, they go out the door. And so in order for you to move into the next step of, we have to define what owning your power is. So this is my definition. This is what I believe owning your power is. And so this is where I teach from. Owning your power is being so connected and so aligned to your desires, to your purpose, to your dreams. Like you were being pulled forward by a force that you can't not take steps forward towards your desires. I'm going to read that again. Owning your power is being so connected, so aligned to your desires, your purpose, your dreams. And that can be being an example, like leading by example for your family. That it can be that. It can be anything. Owning your power is being so connected, so aligned, so connected to your desires, your purpose, your dreams, that you were being pulled forward by a force that you can't not take steps forward towards your desires. When you own your power, you are the force. You are self-sourced and you are self-led. Now, I don't know about you, but that is exciting to me. I feel like that is just so empowering. So in order for you to be the force, you need something to pull you forward. You need an empowering context for your life. So you have to create the meaning for your life. That's what empowering context is. So hand on your heart. We're going to do this again because that was just the warm up. We're going to get in there. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I know. I like to sing to y'all. It makes me feel good. Breathe. Close your eyes. Breathe into any tightness you feel in your body, in your back, your stomach, your arms, your shoulders. Breathe in and out. So I want you to tap into your deepest desires, those super secret dreams that you have. I want you to tap into what inspires you, or who. Actually, if it's a person, what is it about them that inspires you? I really want you to take a minute and feel this and try to put it into words. Like, what, if it's a person, what is it about them that inspires you? Or what is that like super secret thing that you never told anybody about, that it's like a dream? Like, if this were true, I would be jumping out of bed. And this is not about money. So don't be like, oh, if I were a millionaire. That is not an emotion. Money is not a leading lady. Money is a supporting actor. You have to tap into the feeling. So money could be attached to abundance. So it could be abundance. The ability, like that freedom that you feel when there is abundance. So I want you to think about, like, what would have to be true about you and your life for you to be so excited that you jump out of bed in the morning? And you're not allowed to say, I don't know, because your mind is like a dog with a bone. It's going to do whatever you tell it to do. So if you say, I don't know, then that means you're literally taking yourself out of the game of participation. Stop doing that. You're cutting off your life force when you do that. Stop doing that. Allow yourself the gift of being like, let's investigate this. Allow yourself the gift of curiosity. I mean, this is life-giving. This is connected to a life force. which is connected to your source. So give yourself this gift. All right, stay connected with it. And let me find my notes. I don't want to step over anything. I get long-winded, so I have to write everything down so I don't go off on tangents. Although y'all would probably think it was funny if I did go off on tangents. Okay, so part of what I created for my life that like this morning, I woke up at 5:30, and which is something I've been doing for myself because that is a practice for me. That does not mean you have to do this. You know what works for you and your family, okay? And your life. But I woke up at 5:30 and I literally jumped out of bed and I was like, I have magic to make today. I have lives to change. And it's not just about my clients or you. I mean, that is a huge part of it. It's also for my family. I mean, I created this context of I wanted to change people's lives. I wanted to be someone that people looked to for support or guidance. And I wanted to be the one to help support people through that. And I will tell you, I created this context for myself a long time ago. And part of why I teach is because I don't want you to waste as much time as I did, because I got on and off that desire, that dream, that possibility road, like heart led. Like I would get on it and then I would get off it because of fear. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I did. Then. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So what is it that inspires you? Like, what is it that would have you jump out of bed? Checking. I start my day every day with a meditation, gratitude walk. And I'm just super full of gratitude for the life I have and where I've come from and my able, capable body, my able, capable mind. I start my day connected to gratitude, connected to source, connected to God, whatever that is, because that helps me create the framework for empowerment. So for you, what is that for you? I 1,000% must lead by example. That is who I am, and that is the context that I created for my life. And if I'm not doing it, then I can't lead my babies through it. I can't lead my clients through it. I mean, I would be a fake, I would be a sham. And it would be totally like inauthentic and out of line, like out of character for me. This is the context that I created for myself. So type in the comments, what is it that's coming up for you? What is it that you want to create? Or you can keep it to yourself if you're not ready to share that. But I want to ask you a question. What would have to be true for you for this to be true about your life? What would have to be true about yourself and your life for this to be real? Some of the things that came up for me were that I was capable, that I trust in my ability to figure things out. I trust in my nudges that I get from the universe and my intuition. What were some of the other things? Mostly it was about trust and capable and knowingness. Those were the things that kept coming up for me. So I want you to type below, like, what is it that's coming up for you as we do this? What would have to be true about yourself and your life for this to be real? And how does it feel? How does this feel in your body? Because that's the most important thing. Like, all the mindset work in the world is not going to work unless you embody it. It's icing on a shit pie. And nobody wants a shit pie. Like, it's fake, it's inauthentic, and people can sense it. So mindset work is amazing, but it only goes so far if you're not embodying it. And that's why I talk so much about feelings, because you want to feel it in your body. You want to feel it in your cells. So how does this feel? What does it feel like? Is it empowering? Do you feel confident? Empowering, a knowingness, as I said earlier, infinite love. Infinite peace. Unmessable with. That is a word that one of my mentors used to say many years ago, unmessable with, where like anything could happen around you and you're unmessable, with, there's nothing happening. What's that? It's from there's a clip from like might be a pirate movie or something like that, where the guy's walking down the stairs and he is like completely untouched from the crazy battle. Like, there's literally like war happening around him. And I don't know what movie it's from, but you're going to know what I'm talking about because it's a clip of video that's gone viral on the internet. But he's walking down the stairs and like nothing is like touching him. He is completely unmessable with. There's no bullets, no swords, nothing. And like, meanwhile, there's chaos and craziness happening around him. That's what I mean. And like, even thinking about it and talking about it, you're like, I mean, in the midst of the chaos in your family, like when the craziness is happening, I mean, we'll get to that. Okay. All right. So take a moment and feel what that feels like in your body. Okay. Feel that. If you have to, if you're watching this on the replay, pause this, give yourself that gift of feeling it in your body. Allow your cells to fully feel the feelings of how good this feels, the embodiment of what you want your future to be. And like, type in the comments what that is for you, what's coming up for you. Like, how does it feel? And, okay. So what we have to do now is we have to close the gap from where we are to where we want to be. Showing up as the new meaning, as the new context that you've created for yourself. So for me, it's the teacher, leading by example, someone who feels empowered. I'm confident. I am infinite love. I am infinite peace. I am a knowingness. I am unmessable with. If you want to, make them into I am affirmations, because that will really help you. But again, don't just make it words. Feel it. Feel it. Go back to that moment that you were envisioning and feel that. Go back to that place. Feel the words you've created. Feel that moment. And sometimes this might take practice. So, start practicing that. I'll get to that. I'm getting excited and like ahead of myself. And I want to tell you all the things at once. Okay, let me... All right, so now I want you to take a moment and imagine, okay, so you are now the embodiment of this new context, this new meaning, this inspired version of you. Like, this is the dream. This is the dream right here, okay? Take a moment and feel it. Now, imagine coming home to your family, to your loved ones, and what do those interactions feel like? What are you saying? What are they saying? How are they responding to you? How are you responding to them? How are your kids showing up inside of this new framework you've created? How is your partner showing up inside of this new framework that you have created? What's that like? Type it in the comments. When you're here on the replay, type that in. Let me know what that feels like for you. And then I want you to, I'm sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. For me, and what I have experienced and what I have seen time and time again, even if your loved ones are like, say, frustrated, because the scenario is you come home and, you know, life is happening. They have no choice but to start showing up as empowered, as their best selves. I want you to take a moment and I want you to jot down how they showed up as their best selves. Like, who are they? I want you to write it down, if you can, in a feeling. So for me, the example I like to give is my oldest daughter, whom is 6. She is like sunshine. That child is like a ray of sunshine. She is also incredibly nurturing. She is helpful. She is loving. She is generous. She is kind. I'm very fortunate to be her mom. Let me just put it that way. She's incredibly sensitive. That is who she is. Now, are there times where she doesn't listen and she is not her best self and she is completely and totally disempowered and deregulated and all the things? 1000%. She is a highly emotional, highly sensitive child. You better believe there are times that this happens. And who she is sunshine. So that is the framework in which I've created for her. That is her framework, how she lives her life. That's how she shows up for me. For my youngest child, she is like, she's like the magic of a rainbow, like the bright, beautiful colors. She is a love bug. She's funny, another generous, loving, her presence is healing. And that's why I say she's like the magic of a rainbow. There's something really special about both of them. And this is the framework that I've created for them. My husband, the framework that I've created for him is he's smart. He knows his path. He's incredibly smart. He has a tendency to doubt himself. So I communicate with him as if he is someone that knows his path. He is confident. He is kind. He is loving. He is so nurturing and generous. He is a natural leader and a natural teacher. This is the framework in which I have created for him. And it shifts the way the conversation and the interaction goes when you start to treat them as these people. So how does this work in real life? Like, you're like, okay, great, Carolee, like, this is great. And this is, you know, one of those ideal things that you're talking about, but like, really, how does this work in real life? Like, well, I will tell you, because today was a perfect example of how it works in real life. I don't know if I can cuss on here. I don't want them to take my video down. Pardon me. So here's the thing. In any moment, and in any moment of the day, in any time in your life, our lives are always made up of moments, all the time. everything can change in a moment. So everything is made up of moments. That's all we have. It's right here, right now. So you consistently and constantly have a choice to decide who you are going to be when it hits the fan. Okay? So when it hits the fan, who are you going to be? Are you going to be someone that is annoyed and frustrated and you're going to make things worse? Are you going to be angry? Are you going to project your problems and emotions onto your children or your spouse? Are you going to blame them? Or, y'all, I speak one language, by the way, and it's a struggle. Or are you going to step into your personal power? Are you going to step into your power and know that you are the source and step into this context that you have created in your life? Either way, you have a choice. So when chaos ensues, and it will, chaos is going to ensue. Let me tell you something. Because you are here for this class, because you are watching this, chaos is going to ensue. Why? Because sometimes, I think it's two things. I think it's because momentum has already carried over into this direction, like this disempowering direction. So you're going to have like kind of what I like to call hangover energy from momentum. It's like disempowering hangover energy. Because the universe hasn't gotten the 100% full message yet that you're like, no, I've chosen to be empowered, and you have to create momentum in this energetic way by feeling what this empowered life feels like. That will make a difference. But you do need to practice that. Okay, let me check my notes. Okay, so this morning, I came home from my walk. This is a real life example of what this looks like, okay? This morning, I came home from my walk, and everything was fine. Everyone's great, and something, I don't know exactly what happened, but my oldest started to antagonize my husband. And they're exactly alike. I mean, she's a lot like me too, but they're a lot alike as well. And he was already annoyed. And so they start kind of like antagonizing each other. And then it just kept escalating and escalating. And now an old version of me would have stepped in and yelled and screamed and cursed at everybody. And that would have been how our day started. And it sounds awful, but it happened a lot. That's why we're here. That's how I know this works, because I completely changed my life doing this. So instead of like the old me showing up like annoyed and angry and like you should know better, and not just him know better. I mean, listen, he's on his journey too. He's on his healing journey. He's on his empowerment journey. He's on his leading journey, you know, and he's also human, you know. It's easy to get emotionally hooked sometimes, even by a 6-year-old. And a different version of me would have handled this very differently. But I have chosen this empowering context for my life. And I'm very clear that I'm the source. Like, I get that I'm the source. And quite frankly, I think women are the real leaders because we lead with energy, not with like the fist or like physicality. This is what makes us so special. But that's like a whole different conversation. Anyway, but more to come on that. Stay tuned. Anyway, so I need to focus. I chose this empowering context for myself, and I stepped in as the empowered version of me. The knowingness, the calm, the infinite calm. See how it comes into play? The infinite peace, the infinite love. And I spoke to my husband as the empowered person that he is. It shifted everything. Everything changed like that. I spoke to my oldest as the empowered, nurturing sunshine that she is. It shifted the energy. There were no problems after that. And then this afternoon, there was something else that took place. So me and my husband had agreed that that he would take the girls to the playground for my master class, so there would be no chaos ensued, so I could focus on y'all. and just so I can get used to doing this. And anyway, and so an old version of me would have lost my mind because he was running late, like he's human, you know? And it wasn't a big deal. Like, I was so clear that I am the source. And I get to choose at any given moment who I get to be in my life. And I also deal with like my emotions as they come up, which is a conversation for another time. More to come on that. This is not spiritual bypassing. This is not stepping over anything. And I'm not going to project or blame the people around me for the things that, like, I'm not going to project or blame the people around me for like my upset or my irritation when it has nothing to do with them, because again, I am the source. And that's also not to say, like, as adults, there's a time and place for, you know, sometimes there has to be conversations around boundaries or responsibility or anything like that. You can still have those conversations as well. This isn't stepping over irresponsible behavior or anything like that. You can still have those conversations as the empowered version of yourself and creating the framework for your loved ones. So that's how this looks in real life. That's what this looks like. Let me see. 3. Oh, if y'all are here, say hi. If you're here, I can't see who's here. 'Cause I have, like, I don't know. Can you please? I have stuff covering out my notes. Okay, so if you're here, say hi though. Let me know you're here. Okay, so where am I in my notes? If you're here, say hi so I can sing to you. All right, okay. So I hope that makes sense with what that looks like in real life. I was actually, it's funny because when the day started the way it did and then the way things carried over, I was giggling to myself because I was like, this is so perfect. Because even though I wrote down examples to share with you, I was like, this is so perfect because I want you to know that I'm still dealing with chaos. Like, my life is not perfect. My kids still show up how they show up. And it's my job because I am the source to create the framework for that. Also, I get to decide how this goes because it's my life. So I get to choose how I show up. And I want to feel effing good. I want to feel good. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to be miserable. And then that energy make the people miserable around me. Okay, I kind of went off on a tangent, but I think y'all know what I mean. So that's what that looks like in real life. Now, this is going to take practice. But I'm telling you right now, the more that you can feel how this feels, like what that new context feels like for you. So like I said, for me, it was like calm, infinite love, infinite peace. Like I just breathe it in. It kind of makes me emotional because that is the dream for me. Like, that is like having that connection, having that joy. There was a time in my life where I was like really not a happy person. And this whole thing was born out of me wanting to feel better. Like I had to find a way out of the rut I was in. And I know I get to choose the meaning in my life, and I choose an empowered meaning, an empowered context. And that is so important. And that means that I get to be the source. And so do you. So do you. That's why this is so powerful. And moms, moms, we are the secret sauce, because what we do influences everyone in the family. And it's not by pressure or like physicality. It is through our energy. It is through our energy. And that's why this work is so, so, so important. Okay, so let me know if y'all have any questions about anything. I do have some homework for you, because I don't want this to be some class that you just like showed up for one day. I want this to be an embodiment for you. I want this. There's such simple tools. I want this, and it's fun and it feels good. Like, I want this to be one of those things where it's like, that masterclass changed my life. Because it can, and it will if you start applying it. All right, so tell me what you're feeling, what's coming up for you. Tell me, like, even when you're watching the replay, tell me, like, if you can see how this works or whatever insights you're having. All right, so the homework I want you to do is so earlier when I was like, this is who my loved ones are for me, I want you to do that exercise, and I want you to write it all down. And then this takes courage, and this takes an infinite amount of love from your heart, but I want you to do it because it's going to shift so many things in your life. I want you to share with your favorite people in your life who they are for you, because what you do is you create a new path for them. Like, maybe they don't see themselves that way, you know? Maybe no one has ever told them that you see them the way that you see them. I know for a fact that with my husband, no one had ever told him that he was a leader. No one ever saw him as a teacher, even though it's like naturally what he does with everyone around him. I created this path for him, and I keep reinforcing it. And he knows that that's who he is. And he's also closing the gap for himself at the same time as this empowered person. Do this for your loved ones. It is a gift, and it will create this connection between you and your loved ones, and it will also shift their lives in the most empowering way. This week, every day this week, I want you to practice, wake up a little earlier than normal, 15-20 minutes earlier. Practice this every morning. Practice visualizing what you want your future to look like, how you show up as a wife, how you show up as a mom, how you show up as a sister, a daughter, whatever that is, as an entrepreneur, as the business owner, whatever the dream is. How are you showing up? Feel it. Write down the words that it's like, what that feels like. Write down those words and create affirmations around those feelings. Create I am affirmations. By feeling it, that's how it becomes real. Start practicing this every day. Now, if you can get outside and go for a walk, there's something about getting out in nature that it just takes it to the next level, and you start to like embody this in a way that you never expected. I promise. Trust me. This is how I started going on my nature walks in the morning. It started off for my sanity. And let me make sure that was it for my notes. Yeah, I believe that was it. Y'all let me know if you have any questions, if this landed, how you feel, all the things. Just let me know. let me know. Okay, so I have a very exciting, super exciting announcement and gift all in one. So this conversation, like this masterclass, is actually a very small part of a much larger conversation. And I have created my first live course. It's called Empowered Mom Method, where we take this conversation and we go much deeper than we did today. And we go deeper into the embodiment, and we go deeper into rewriting our story. We talk about releasing all the emotions and the things. Specifically, the Empowered Mom Method is a transformational course designed to help moms shift from surviving to thriving, by reclaiming your joy, your power, your connection through a series of impactful modules that I guide you through in resetting and realigning your mind and body, releasing emotions that are holding you back, and rewriting your story so you can step into the life you're meant to live. I give you practical tools and powerful energetic shifts and deep mindset work, and this course empowers you to break old patterns. So whether it's like quitting a bad habit of vaping, or letting go of anger and rage, or stopping yelling, or whatever, or you just like something keeps stopping you from like living the life that you want. You keep hitting your head up against the wall with the same thing, figuratively. This course is the course to shift all of that. Empowered Mom Method. We start October 8th. I'm so excited. Now, if you are here live, or if you watch the replay over the weekend, I like got lost in my notes. I am offering you a 50% discount. The course is $555 for a 4-week course. And for you, it will be $277.50. And so we're going to do 3 different, it's actually 4 modules. And then the last module is a Q&A with me. You do not want to miss this. This is something that you want to come to with your specific questions. That way I can give you an answer that is specific for you and not just some general information. I mean, the general information will change your life anyway, but you want specifics, I promise. So I'm going to put the link in, I don't know if I'll do it in the comments. I'll figure it out, but I'll tag you in it. I'll tag everyone in it. And y'all just stay tuned, because I have a lot more exciting stuff coming this year. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share all the goodies with y'all. Anyway, I love you so, so, so much. I believe in you. You are doing an amazing job. I mean, the act of like just being here and watching this, you've already sent the message that you are ready to make some shifts in your life. So I hope you're ready for it. I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all have a beautiful day.